Hey everybody. So I have a unique subject that I want to talk about today, which is a subject that's been coming up for me more and more, which is where exactly do you place your AI department within your organization? And you don't place it within the IT department up front. So going through within this, as a small business owner and within the AI space, I am still directly involved with sales on a day-to-day basis. And then this is now coming up as the number one question and the number one issue that I talk about on a daily basis. So I decided that it's a very pertinent time to make a video on this particular topic. So diving into this a little bit deeper, where I want to start with is the story of, let's go a little bit back in time to like 10, 15 years ago, to the era of Salesforce and Salesforce just taking off, and this era of CRM technology is brand new and all of this, right? And then it's all of a sudden, for the very first time, the question gets asked is, where do you place this? And then this technology. And then so often it was early days, the very earliest days, they would place it in the IT department, and they realized there was issues with that, right? Like sales would complain, and then so they placed it directly in the sales department. And then there was issues with that on the IT side, right? And then so it led to like a lot of this question for about like 5 years or so. A lot of organizations had to deal with this question of, where exactly do you place sales enablement? Sales enablement wasn't a term. Sales and marketing enablement wasn't invented at this time, right? And then so all of a sudden these terms get invented. And then so you get sales and marketing enablement. And then so what you have is technical personnel that then like are interlaced within these departments, and then sometimes you have technical personnel built directly within these departments, or a technical personnel department as a part of your customer facing organization as opposed to your operations organization. And so you see a lot, and you've seen a lot more, a big explosion of that within the last decade or so. And then so when it comes to AI, organizations are facing this same question, but the problem is that it's not the same answer, right? It's not just throw it into the customer side and to the sales, marketing, and product. Like, you don't want to do that. It's the exact opposite, where you want it very close to your IT and you want it under your operations department, but there's not an existing department within organizations that exist for your AI. The bottom line is, and it's a very simplistic approach as to my outline for what my recommendation is for this, is that you create a science department within your organization. And your science department has different goals and directives than your IT department does, which is very specifically why like sales and marketing enablement split off from IT in the first place, right? Because the goals of that department ended up being so different from IT that they needed to split off, and that they were better off away from the IT department, because it's in that instance it's bad for the IT department, and then it's bad for the end users that actually want to use this platform, because they're beholden to IT, and then IT is beholden to bending its policies in this one instance that it doesn't want to. And then so same thing with AI, right? Like AI provides all of these same challenges for the IT department. And then so I think for a lot of organizations right now, like it's a struggle, like, and it's a hassle to say that you want to bring AI into your IT organization. You're just saying that you want to bring chaos directly into your IT organization, right? You want to add more onto their plate. Like, I can't think of a single IT organization that I have ever worked for or with that would ever want that deal. Like, someone, like, they're going to accept it, of course, if they're a good IT department, but that's not what they want, right? Just being honest and speaking for these IT departments. So what you want to do, if you are very exploratory with AI within your organization, which I think is strong and you should be, and if you have the resources and the backing and everything else is solid within your organization in order to do that. But what you do then is that you create a science organization and a science department that sits directly under your operations department. So you have IT, finance, HR, and then science. And then same thing as like you would have with your sales and your marketing enablement departments, right? Where these departments, your science department can interact with and has influence and does projects for your customer service, your sales, your marketing, your IT, your finance, and your HR departments. And you could have people that are knowledgeable of AI on your front end. Like you could have a liaison between your science department and your front end, for example. That would be a very strong thing to do within a bigger organization, right? And then those layers get deeper and deeper as our organization gets bigger. But so you are creating a brand new layer, and then this layer is all about measurement and results and what they can measure, right? And then why that's, I think, is very significant and important to split off with this within this structure is we can go to the example of Nike. I've seen that float around a lot with a lot of people using that as kind of a negative example against data science as a whole. And I think those people are missing the boat as to the whole message when I see that floating around, right? Which is the fact that Nike lost billions of dollars overnight by essentially going into and going all in on a model of, rather than going into what they know and what they can, like what they know works but that they can't measure well, they went all in on what worked less but that they could measure better, and then terrible results as a result of that. And that's because you have everyone that should be in this science department is then driving, right? And then so if you have your whole entire IT department flooded with that and you don't have this separate department and these separations of layers, and like you're going to go all in on this strategy, whereas this should be a strategy that you focus on, but you shouldn't be going all in. You should never be going all in on your IT department, right? Same thing. You shouldn't be going all in on your science department either. And then you should take their recommendations, and then you should have, like bullets before cannonballs or whatever strategy that you employ to explore their strategies, and then you should utilize and fund projects, and then go through like you would with any other organization and any other strategy and product within your team and your business, but recognize that this is all science as opposed to IT, and then making that differentiation is huge within your organization, and I think you'll see big results. And so if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.